Thursday, Thanksgiving. November 28th, 2024. So, Tuesday morning, I let Kitty Cat out when I went to work. It was early too. It was like 7:30. I had to have my car service at 8:30. Tempe. Haven't seen her since. So that's about 48 hours. She's gone missing before, but it's usually been like 24 hours max. And that was at the apartments. So, Jessica posted about lost cat in the Avondale Nextdoor app, and people are like, oh my God, we have coyotes. Like, what? Didn't know that. There's a golf course that runs through the Coldwater Springs neighborhood with like some washes and stuff like that. So I guess I never thought of checking. Are there coyotes in this neighborhood? And that doesn't mean that that's what happened, but good chance. It could have been, when we first moved in there. So we've been living there. What is it? Not quite a month yet. I walked her in the park one time, and she was trying to get into people's yards, with dogs. It's a dog neighborhood, like big dogs, like in backyards. So she could have got in somebody's backyard and got attacked like that. Could have been a person that could have not liked cats, or it could have been somebody thought she was a pretty cat and stole her, borrowed her, kidnapped her. She could have I don't think she could have got lost though. She's already been loose. I want to say like almost half the time we lived there, like 2 weeks. And she just kind of stays around would stay around right near our house. As far as I know, I didn't know where she was going, but whenever I went out there, she would be not too far away, So doesn't look good. I haven't lost a pet. I mean, Lavella, we turned her back in, which was a completely shitty thing to do. We moved into Sierra Grande on Cactus, and at that time when we moved in, they had no pet roll. We're living in Glendale, and so the rent was really cheap, like $900 something. In 2019, we grabbed it. We had to grab it. We didn't have to, but we did, and so we had to turn her back into the shelter. We had Lavella, I think, around, I want to say 3 years too. And I got really emotional that day when I turned her in, but she was still alive, and we were just giving her back, which was not a good thing to do. We shouldn't have done that. We should have got some other apartment and not turned her back in. That was really shitty. But this is different because it's a good chance she's dead, kitty cat. And we've had her almost 3 years. So, and I was telling Jessica last night that it's hard because it's one thing, and it's also very sad if you have a pet and they're older and or whatever, they get sick, and you take them to the vet and they say, hey, we can't help them. They only got a little bit of time left, and you have time to say goodbye. But when you just let a cat out in the morning, and just like you've done so many times, and they don't come back, that's going to be hard because you don't get to say goodbye. It's just an animal, and she is not cuddly. She's kind of grouchy, doesn't like to be picked up or petted too much, by us anyway. She just like, feed me, let me go outside. But just when you have a little animal in your life for like 3 years and they're just gone, it sucks, man. But that's life. Life is loss. Life is death. So many people experience loss and death with people and animals, of course. But this is gonna make me appreciate a lot of stuff. Like, when you deal with people and they're just like shitty, miserable people, you have no idea what they're dealing with, who they've lost, what they've lost. That's going to help me with. It's going to help me in a lot of areas. Also, I think of, we didn't have to move into this house. I mean, maybe it was just, she was running loose at the Palm Court Apartments where we lived before for like 9 months. Maybe we just got really lucky. Nothing happened to her, She didn't get run over in the parking lot. So many people would drive by our apartment really fast. She was just loose. And loose overnight most of the time, But she was living her best life. She liked to be outside. I know she did. She loved it. She loved being outside. She didn't like being inside. And then when we got little boy, he's super annoying. Always wants to play rough with her. So that was, made her want to be outside more. She did the whole summer outside. The whole summer she did outside. The hottest summer ever in Phoenix. And she did it. She was outside. People felt sorry for her. So some guy left water for her and food. People left a towel because they thought she was some abandoned cat or I don't know what. She just felt sorry for her. They felt sorry for her. But she just wanted to be outside no matter how hot it was. Over 110. 12, 13, 14. She was outside. Tough little cat. She lost like half her body weight, I think, this summer, being outside so much. Because she was she was tiny. She was starting to gain a little bit of weight back. I mean, she could still be alive. She could still walk up to our house today. Today's Thanksgiving. But it's gonna be rough for me for a while. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, it's never gonna be like, I can imagine myself getting emotional about her 5 years from now, 10 years from now. If we're even around, right? If I'm even around. But I'm sure, it's the hardest when it first happens. And like I said, she can still walk up. When I drive up to the house, I always think she's gonna poke her head out from under her car, run up to me. That was one of the things I really liked the last, time that we were at the apartments. Almost every night when I would get home from work, she'd pop out from under the cars and come and greet me. She knew my car. She knew my car and my parking spot, I guess. Not sure which one more. Probably it's my car. She knew my car. She would walk up to me and get some pets. A little bit, not too much. And then I would go in and see if she already ate, feed her, give her a snack, give her a sauce. And back out she went. She got spooked a couple times at the apartments. I think she got in fights. She would hide under the bed for a little bit, but then she would, after a couple of days, she'd get over it. She wanted to go outside again. I mean, back in the day when she, at the Charleston, she used to lay on my chest sometimes. And we spent a lot of time on that balcony play fighting. I can't believe we didn't take her out more. We lived at the Charleston. She was pretty much captive in that apartment. She just got to be on the balcony basically for like a year, in a month or two that we lived there. But since we've been in the Palm Court, man, she was outside. The great grounds too. I thought of taking little boy and her back to just run around. I might still do it with little boy. We'll see. But I want to make this video. Kitty cat. Princess Patches, aka Kitty Cat. Gonna miss her. Miss her already. I keep looking at her towers and want to see her on the top sleeping. She's not there.